Hello, Darklings! I'm back with a follow-up reading to The Boy in the Box, and I'd like to get some more information about what was going on with the financial situation. Quick recap, in the previous reading it said that his parents were somehow financially profiting off of this boy. They were running some kind of financial scam of some kind in which he was a part. So I would like to get a little more insight about, allegedly, what that was all about. If you haven't seen my first reading, I'll link it down below in the description, and I highly suggest that you watch that one first, since this is a follow-up. Again, I'm using the Joie de Vivre Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. Let's begin. Here's this card reoccurring again, in the same position. Very interesting. And the Queen of Wands is back again. Okay. So the first card in the House of the Mind we have here is the World reversed. This is about carelessness, recklessness, something unplanned, unforeseen. So the intent was a surprise of some kind. It was something spontaneous, not planned. Again, we've got physical confinement, lack of liberation, some kind of physical oppression, some kind of and again, here with the Eight of Swords, again, it's a lack of planning, carelessness, emotional manipulation, lack of empathy, some jealousness, and maternity in the home. You know, I'm feeling from these cards that this little boy was not planned, and she was using him to hold over somebody. Yeah, you know, I am getting a strong feeling from this that perhaps the financial situation was she was potentially allegedly blackmailing the biological father about this boy. That is a vibe I'm getting here. Reversed Fool, recklessness, extreme recklessness, extreme carelessness. Yeah, this little boy was not a planned pregnancy by any means. This was, as well, I feel like maybe the entire relationship between his biological parents was really reckless. I'm feeling like this was a spontaneous kind of affair that just really went wrong. Six of Coins is generous giving and receiving, so definitely giving up money because of their physical relationship. And here we have the High Priestess, which is intuition and knowledge. And this is in the house of the emotions. So the mother was like, I know that this guy is gonna pay. I know he will. She had great intuition that this kid was gonna be a cash cow. And she exploited it. She emotionally manipulated him into paying for this child. And here we have the King of Coins. I believe this is the biological dad. Yeah, he was giving up quite a sum. Quite a sum. Now this was in the 1950s. So definitely the scandal of having an illegitimate child or having an illegitimate child because of an affair, especially if he was married. I can definitely see where this guy would begrudgingly give up quite a lot of money to keep that a secret, especially if he was a little bit of a so-and-so and didn't want the scandal in town, didn't want the tarnish on his reputation, didn't want to get divorced. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. She was definitely emotionally manipulating the bio dad into paying for this boy. All right, so we've got the Nine of Coins here in the House of the Mind, and obviously this is about money, a lot of money. There was a certain amount of financial gain, but there was definitely a lot of mental oppression that went on between the two of them. Neither one of them wanted this kid. She doesn't want this child. She doesn't want to be a mother. He doesn't want this kid. He doesn't want it to get out. I'm definitely getting the feeling that the biological father of the boy allegedly was a married man. And being that he shows up here as the King of Coins and is able to give up a huge sum of money, I feel like he was a wealthy, or at least financially comfortable person. This card is also speaking to intense isolation. So I think that because of this money situation, it drove a psychological wedge between them. And coming back here to the Two of Cups, this ended their romance. This situation, it just became a financial exploitation, and they stopped seeing one another. Yeah, neither one of them wanted to have anything to do with the other one after the boy was born. As well here, physically, with the reversed hermit, again, isolation. This is definitely, solitude, the end of the relationship. Physically, everything stopped between them once she started exploiting him for money. This card is back again, the Page of Wands. In this case, emotionally, they were both extremely fearful that this secret was going to get out. He especially, the father especially, did not want this secret to be exposed. And I feel like she as well, I mean, of course, being a single parent, being a single mother in the 1950s would have been, would have made her a pariah in society, unfortunately. And I suspect that she kept this pregnancy a secret from most people as well. And this most definitely could have a lot to do with why the boy was so sequestered, why the reading about him talked so much about his isolation and potentially that he was kept sort of, isolated, locked up, locked away. So this father was paying for the mother to keep this boy out of sight. I'm also getting a sense here from this card that he had suggested, potentially, allegedly, that she should terminate the pregnancy or give up the baby, and she was not okay with that because she saw an opportunity for financial gain. Ugh. Last pull. Well, what do you know? The Nine of Swords showing up loud and clear as an exclamation at the end of all this. And what can I say about this, Darklings? I think it's absolutely clear. We've got the Ace of Coins. This was all about the money. This was not about having and loving and nurturing a child. This kid was a means to a financial end. That's it. It was all about the money for her. And here we have the Four of Swords, and this is not taking responsibility for one's physical actions. So again, neither one of them wanted to be parents, neither one of them wanted to raise and love and care for this kid. It was, oh shit, we fucked up. He wants to get rid of it, she wants to cash in on it, and this poor boy is caught in the middle of all of this. He's in the center of the trap. This boy was a money trap. And yeah, neither one of them wanted to parent. The Devil reversed. This is falling prey to one's own vices and bad physical choices, giving into lust, being greedy, emotionally manipulating. Again, you can see a figure here with a puppet. So this was all turned around emotionally. She was definitely, the mother figure here was definitely manipulating the biological father. He was trapped because of his sexual vices, and she was trapping him because of hers and because of her greed. Simply greed. And in the end, we've got the Nine of Swords. This all ended in pain for everyone, destruction, torture, sorrow, death. It seems to me that inevitably he found out that the boy was no longer in the picture. Whatever those lies were that they came up with to sugarcoat, whatever the story was to cover up, I am getting the sense that the biological father eventually stopped paying the money because there was no more kid to worry about, whatever it was that she told him. I'm 100% certain that she never admitted to murdering him, but probably that she had given him up for adoption or sent him off to live with other relatives or something, and or he'd simply run away, and the guy stopped paying. So ultimately her goals were thwarted here, and I do get the sense that the bio dad was facing some financial ruin because of this. He was paying out a lot for this boy. So nobody ended up really prospering from this arrangement. This was terrible. Well, I definitely feel much more of a sense of clarity about what this financial scam was about, what this financial exploitation was about, and how the boy was caught up in the middle of all that. So I hope that you found this reading interesting. Thanks for joining me. I will be doing another couple of cases of true crime tarot readings in the week to come. I would love to hear your thoughts on this case. Feel free to leave them in the comments below. And remember, stay safe.